everyone, welcome to the next video of our clothing page from Rooms of Wonder by Johanna Basford. We have this swimsuit to colour today. I thought it was rather fun. I like all these little frilly bits, they're really cool. So I'm trying to think about what colours to do. I want to do something that's a little different to the clothes around here maybe. But sort of thinking about what it would actually be. So I'm thinking maybe the sort of dark purpley colours, that's what I would like for a swimsuit. So maybe that's what I should go for. I'm just having a look at what I have got here. Oh, I've got my favourite, oops. I've got my favourite purple here, which is the Purple Lake Deep. So should we start with that one? We'll give it a sharpen. These are the Castle Art Soft Touch, by the way. It's what I've been using throughout this this little series. Just checking my lights on. It is. So let's get going now. This isn't the darkest purple, so I'm going to use, which I might use in those parts. I'm going to start here at the bottom. And I'm thinking that I'm trying to think whether it will be a little bit darker on the edges. We sort of did that with the other clothing, so maybe I will a little bit. I'm just sort of layering up really and getting some colour down. It's such a pretty colour. I don't want it too pale because it's so pretty. We want to see that full intensity of that pretty colour. There we go. And then to the next strap, I'm going to do every other one. And we'll find another colour, probably a slightly lighter one I'm thinking, for the other stripes. Possibly the heather purple, which I think is what we use for the bobble hat, but that's okay. Or we might go even lighter to the sort of lavendery type colours. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, my boy's been home this morning. They've now got an extra morning off a week. Normally they're in the library on a Tuesday and then they have to be there because they have a lunchtime tutor meeting. But the tutors are cancelled now because it's getting closer to the end of the year. I mean, I realise it's actually only February, but now their mocks are over. They sort of don't have tutor anymore. So they had that morning, and I was thinking about recording. I'm just trying to decide what colour that's going to be. Because we've got this colour coming up here, this one here. So if we had one here, I think it might be this colour. So I thought about recording, but actually I was giving them a little bit of prompting. It's quite difficult. If you've got teenagers, you'll know what I mean. To sort of go, come on, you need to work, without sounding too naggy. I'm just trying to decide on colour, sorry. I picked up the lavender. I think I will use it for the other stripes. I'm just wondering what to do for the frillies, but we'll see. So here's our lavender. Yeah, so I tried an alternative tactic. I don't know. They probably guessed. I was like, how are you getting on? You know, have you managed to get done what you wanted? You know, are you all prepared for your presentation? Yeah, it's a bit tricky. I got told off last night by my son for forcing them to go to bed too early. But I've said to them that as soon as you finish college, that'll be it. You won't be quite 18, but almost, near enough. And so it's going to be up to you. You'll be treated like adults, so your bedtime's going to be completely up to you. But until you sit your A-levels, I am still going to dictate that time. I got a hard stare. Mulberry. I'm going to use that for this part. This is the inside. Sometimes the costume is lined with a different material. I have to say I like it when they're lined with a sort of darker lining, if they're not dark already, although this one is. Just, you know, as a sort of, for some dignity, shall we say. I'm going to do this little piece in a dark colour as well. I feel like this isn't quite looking how I wanted. I'm going to go over it a bit more in a minute. But let's get the frills done. Then I'll be able to have a look at it. Now this is where I'm thinking, do I go purple? But I'm thinking I might do these in this lavender light. It's a bit more pinky. I think it might work. Excuse me. So yeah, it's a bit of a battle. My other son, I mean, obviously all kids, when you say time for shower, time for bed, whatever it is, get annoyed. But they used to be okay, and they seem to need their sleep. Teenagers do. But they're like, Mum, I don't need sleep to go to bed early. Teenagers always sleep differently to everyone else. They have a different circadian rhythm. And I'm like, that's all very well and good, but you've got to get up for college, whatever your circadian rhythm tells you. Anyway, I think part of the battle was, I'm going to do a little bit on the edge of each of these ruffles, so because I think it would be curling outwards. My husband had someone round last night who was helping them with their website, and he said to the boys, before you go up for your shower, can you come and say goodnight to me? And my one son was like, it's far too early, it's really embarrassing, I don't want to be saying goodnight at that time of night, is what he said to me. I'm just going for a slightly darker colour to do, yeah, I'm going to grab this one, this purple, which is this colour, to do some of the shadow on here. And so he was like, I said, but you don't even know her, what difference does it make? It's like, it makes a difference, I'm not doing it. Okay. And my other son said, I don't know her, I'm shy, I don't want to go down and say, night Dad, when there's this person there that I don't know. And I said, that's fair enough. So they had different reasons, but in the end she left just as they were about to settle anyway, so he could say goodnight to them. In fact, my one son just thinks it's silly saying goodnight, and I was trying to explain to him that even adults say goodnight to each other. Yeah, it's not a childish thing. I said, you know, they don't tuck each other in. Obviously I don't tuck them in anyway now, they're too old, but I like to say goodnight to them. But I said, I'm going back to the lavender light to re-emphasise these curls on this just a bit. I just feel like I'm going to sharpen it. I feel like I just want to get in there a little bit more. So no, I don't tuck them in, but he likes to. He's like my dad. My dad always used to like to tuck me in even when I was far too old. He said it was the only time he got to talk to me when I wasn't distracted by the TV. He's probably right. So, yeah. My husband gets a little bit over the toply paranoid about saying goodbye. I'm like, just pop into the shop. Come and say goodbye. Come and say goodbye. I'm like, oh, I don't know. You know, I'll be back in a second, or I'm just going to the post box. I'll be like 2 minutes. Yeah, he gets a little bit over the top with it. I'm not really sure where that stems from. Now I'm going to use my darkest purple, which is the mulberry. Now I use that down here, of course, but I'm going to use it to put in a little bit of shadow. So under here, under these frills, with a bit of shadow, and I think there, and on the edge, and the same here. So quite a deep shadow I think there might be under here. Of course you don't need to do these little finicky details. And I'm thinking along the edge, like we did on the jumpers and other things, I just want to bring in a little bit of darker colour, like that. Now, I'm going to also grab the colours I use for each stripe and just do them again. So back to our purple lake deep. So my book wants to keep moving. I don't know why. And just take the colour in. But yes, it's all a trial, isn't it, being a parent? And I think sometimes it gets easier, sometimes it gets harder as they get older. But there we go. I remember lavender, being the same with my parents and hating going to bed and thinking I was the child in my class that went to bed the earliest and all that sort of thing. And even my sister tells me off for putting my kids to bed too early, but sleep is so important, and teenagers actually need more than even some younger children, so it makes such a difference. And if my one son gets overtired, he won't sleep. He's like, you know, babies do that, and he still does it. This is the ivory black. I'm going to use it very carefully along this edge here. And so I'm very aware that he could be awake all night, and that's not very nice. But it's hard when they're twins. I can't put them to bed at different times, even though one of them might be tireder than the other one night. But anyway. Right, I'm to the point where I'm happy with that now. Yeah, I don't think I want any more black or shading. I had considered, when I first saw this, putting a white line on that separation between the stripes, but I think because of the dark colour I've used, it actually might look a little bit strange. So I thought I wasn't fully zoomed in, there we go. So I think I'm going to leave it without a white line. You could do one if you wish, but I think it will stand out too much. I really wanted the little cute ruffles to stand out, so that's why I've done it like that. It is up to you, of course, how you choose to do it. But there we go. There is our swimsuit. Another fairly quick one today. I wanted to do a few sort of shorter ones just to, well, really it means I can catch up a little bit, because I've got a little bit, I feel like I want to be a bit more ahead with some of my videos. I want a day off at the end of the week, and if I get ahead I feel like I deserve the day off. It sounds really silly. It's not pressure from anybody watching, it's self-pressure, and I shouldn't do it. It's just my fault. It's me. I like to always be ahead in everything that I do, so if I can get a few more done, then in shorter ones, then I can have a day off and feel like I can just relax and be fine. And you know, I like to do videos. I really enjoy it. It's, you know, I wouldn't do it if I didn't enjoy it, but it's just my sort of working brain. We all have things and that's my thing. So yeah, so a little short one for you. I've talked a lot anyway, so I'm making it longer. But I think sometimes also for you it might be quite nice to have a shorter one. Some of you I think like something a little bit short and sweet, others of you like something longer. Trying to keep everyone happy is impossible, so I'm trying to just concentrate on keeping myself happy this week. And doing this page that I've really wanted to do, and I hope you're enjoying it anyway. But for now, thank you for watching. Have a lovely day, and there'll be a video for you this afternoon anyway. And yeah, but thank you for watching, and happy colouring.